Avatar: The Last Airbender begins each episode by naming the four elements: water, earth, fire, and air. But if I had to choose one element that describes the show overall, which of these four elements best describes the show Avatar: The Last Airbender? Contestant number 1. Contestant number 2. What is your answer? Fire!
Who the f is knocking on my...
Yo! You talking about Avatar?
Dude, yeah, but I'm trying to do a recording.
Show? It's straight fire!
Hey, yeah, you're right, oh, wait! I saw the show back in the day, and just recently we watched it since it's on Netflix now, and now I'm here to talk about it. So gather around, kiddies. It's time to talk about that anime, cartoon thing. What? In Avatar, we are introduced to the four main nations, each centered around their respective element. A war has been waged for 100 years, started by the Fire Nation in an attempt to conquer the other nations and create an empire. The Avatar is master of all four elements, and it's their job to maintain balance between these nations, but the Avatar's been missing since the 100-Year War started. And now the Fire Nation's out here, burning this, burning that, burning fucking everything, can't have shit. That is until two Water Tribe siblings, Sokka and Katara, discover Aang, the Avatar, and the Last Airbender, frozen in an iceberg. So it turns out that while the Fire Nation has been wreaking havoc on the nations, Aang has just been chilling.
Oh my gosh, I'm in the cold.
Wow, what? What a dumb joke. Subscribe. Now that Aang is back in the picture, it's his duty to master the elements and defeat the Fire Lord to end the war. What I just described could be seen by some as just a silly kids show about a chosen one who's supposed to defeat an evil ruler that wants to take over the world. But that doesn't even come close to describing what the show really has to offer. The most immediate thing that sets the show apart is the ability to control an element. Waterbending, earthbending, firebending, airbending. Only some people can bend, and benders can only control one element, and each bending style is controlled by a different martial arts style. This makes it so that the magical and physical aspects of fighting are closely tied together, so fights have both kinetic energy and a supernatural flair. Controlling an element is already cool by itself, but doing it by performing fucking American Ninja Warrior type shit? You wanna try it, I wanna try it, I know you wanna try it. I wanna fucking bend water and slap somebody in the face with it. I wanna be able to airbend at bugs. I wanna fucking be able to bend and snap to break my crush's nose on the way up. But what I appreciate even more is that the fighting system is never about who can bend harder. Obviously there's skill gaps, but that's just it. Combat requires each party to be skillful and creative with how they use their elements and environment, so there's always a back and forth flow to combat. Even skilled fighters without bending abilities might hold their own because while bending is a powerful advantage, it isn't an instant win, except for in cases where it makes sense. So fights stay hype. But the elements aren't only relevant in fights, they actually embody the traits found in the people and culture of the nation that they belong to. Waterbenders are adaptable, earthbenders are tough, firebenders are fierce, and airbenders are, or were, free-spirited. The world is built on these diverse cultures. The world is filled with interesting locations, people, and history, which means there's always somewhere new to explore as we journey with the show's great cast of characters. And the characters, my guy, this is where the heart and soul of this show is at. See, even when there's not a fight happening, you can still be engaged because the characters have enough charm and depth to carry even the most mundane scenes. I honestly laugh out loud at a lot of parts because they're genuinely funny. On the flip side, Avatar isn't afraid to get a little The show takes time to explore the characters so you can connect with them and understand their struggles. This even extends to people in the Fire Nation, who technically are the bad guys. Fans love Zuko and Iroh, and that's because they're not flat, one-trick pony type characters. They're complex and layered and even funny at times. This complexity in characters shows us that no matter what side of the war a character is on, there's more to them than just good or evil. This world is not so black and white, as we come to find out. And because it's set up this way, Avatar can explore things like moral ambiguities in war, the pain of loss, the feeling of not being as good as your peers, the pressure to step up to immense responsibility, the struggle to define one's own purpose, and lots more. All this in a kids show that premiered on Nickelodeon, and yet it's carefully balanced to be fun and enjoyable, but unafraid to get a little deep. Alright, I've talked too much. Let's sum this hoe up. Avatar: The Last Airbender is a pretty fire-ass...
Yo, what did I tell you, dude?
Alright, let me choose my words more carefully. Avatar is a really entertaining journey through a unique setting filled with interesting characters and lots of fun action. Once this show kicks off, trust me, you want to see it through because the payoff is there. You're definitely going to be shown a good time with this one, and you're also going to get a healthy dose of the feels. And like I've said in other videos before, it's okay to feel feelings, guys. Most people have probably seen the show already, and I'm probably wasting my time, but if you haven't seen it, it got put up on Netflix this year, so I really don't know what your excuse is. It runs like 61 episodes. That's a bit for some people, but you know what I say? Commit to this one, bro, because this one is worth it. Alright, I'm done. Just watch Avatar: The Last Airbender already.